Curry is in, he's playing with that Rob. But Golden State Warriors sort of told me it's good enough for him to play on. It's healthy enough for him to play on. He got that right thumb strength. He reactivated a few times this year. But Jimmy Butler is the bigger thing. And this is playoff time. It's playoff Jimmy in a lot of ways. This is a regular season game. Doubt he plays tonight. But he has a deep soft confusion, and he's been getting around the clock treatment from my understanding. And he will tough it out. He's going to play tonight. He's been undergoing treatment pretty much all hours during the day to make sure he's going to be able to go tonight. So it'll be very needed against Memphis.
When you hear this in a regular season game, might not be something that Jimmy Butler played in, what do you think going on for you?
I think that this is exactly what it is. Because we've seen Jimmy Butler in the postseason play through injuries that other guys might not play through. Certainly not fine. That series that he had a couple years ago, it was not very unusual. He was playing with Mr. Harrison here and legend for victory of the Boston Celtics. One of the most impressive single-person performances I've seen in the last decade. Jimmy Butler, even though he's not 100%, I believe that he can deliver a different performance.
Without you imagine that you're going to be even more percent.
Yeah, even more percent. I mean, Brian, your point that even last playoff run, Jimmy Butler played 3 quarters with a grade 2 MCL strain. Like, that is unheard of for him to do that against Philadelphia last in the playing game. And this is why they brought him. He is tough. This is what he does. This is the way he's going to get. Why not play?
When you think of toughness and you think of grit, certainly Jimmy Butler is the player that comes to mind. But it's Steph Curry. As you just heard, he's going to be playing for a little bit of discomfort, but he's going to give the go. And Memphis Grizzlies, they remember the last time they saw Steph Curry. He exploded 52 points. How can they slow him down?
I mean, they got to stop that stuff. You got to keep the ball. You got to stay between him and the ball, obviously. And make everything tough for him. You're going to get it to him right now. Right now, you see Steph on that baseline right now. You see John taking that top side. He's in between Steph and the ball. He's going to push him away. So nothing Steph does is easy, even before he gets the ball. On the baseline, you see John goes over the string and meets him on the other side. So he has the body on. So he keeps Steph from going back to him on that baseline.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
We're wearing our costumes. We hope you are too. Happy Halloween as 2K Sports presents the NBA. Hi, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan, and joining us tonight, Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke. And reporting from the sidelines, our very own David Aldridge. And a look at the status here of both teams' injured players and who will not be in the lineup.
And it feels early to be already missing players from the lineup. But how these teams respond will impact the outcome of this game.
So the Nets starting 5. Down on the block, it's Johnson with Claxton. Then it's Williams. Then it's Johnson. And for Los Angeles, down on the block, it'll be Kawhi next to Zubac. Bogdan Bogdanovic is out there with Chris Dunn. And it's James. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Nets lead by 2. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. Here with Coach Ty Lue. Coach, how do you get control of this game in the second half?
I think we just got to do a better job rebounding.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime. And welcome back to the second half of our Halloween broadcast. The Clippers trail. Down in the... And so it's Brooklyn who scrapes by with the win. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with...
he's eligible for a serious conversation. That will be a conversation. But most of the real focus for the Grizzlies is James Jackson, his contract extension. He is eligible for a 4-year deal this offseason. The Grizzlies have emphasized as an organization that he is really their nucleus. They're key to everything that goes on there. John Ray earlier this season went as far as saying Jaron Jackson Jr. He's franchise. So his new deal is the focus for the Grizzlies this summer, and he's someone that's going to be in the All-NBA balance. He's going to be Defensive Player of the Year. It seems every single year he's competing for awards for All-NBA, Defensive Player of the Year, and he's really been the stabilizing force for this Grizzlies organization.
We know a couple of things. We know that the Grizzlies and the Golden State Warriors, they don't exactly love each other. We also know the team that's on the other side, the Houston Rockets, the Grizzlies, the Houston Rockets, and the Warriors. They don't exactly love each other. So whatever the outcome is, we are in for a test of a close.
Year after year, this early portion of the season is characterized by a great deal of overreaction, Grant.
The media and fans build up a lot of expectations in the offseason, and it's not that bad, but
Yo, I want strawberries. You just had one. Give me that remote pad. Give me that remote pad.
Here's Miller. Outside, Brown. Powell passes to Miller. Going inside. Oh, a great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and a nasty jam.
just great offense. The screen freeing him up for the slam.
Hey, without that screen, he doesn't get a clean look at the rim.
Yeah, well, I settle for the layup when you can attack the rim and rise up like that.
So here are the five for the Clippers to start the second. We've got Ivica Zubac. Miller is out there with Norman Powell. And it's Brown in at the power forward position. Pass to Zubac. Takes a three. And it's Boston with the rebound. The Pelicans trail. The floater. McCollum's shot is off. Powell outside. Out to the wing. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Powell. Okay, let's fire up the 2K leaderboard. Last year, you really had to protect the ball against these teams. The Clippers third.
And this is a team that takes great pride in being aggressive on the defensive end.
And so it's Los Angeles with a 6-point lead at the close of the quarter. Getting lots of great looks, shooting it well. That's why they're up. Well, now we have some time to check in with Allie LaForce. Allie.
Thanks, guys. Alongside Ty Lue and Coach, what's the focal point for this team as you approach the second half?
Just playing hard, first of all, and then playing with pace offensively, and then doing a good job of getting to the basket. And then defensively, there's going to be some time to work things out. They've been pretty good.
Pace so critical to your team's success this year. Thanks, Coach.
Thanks very much, Allie. We'll be back soon to start the second half of basketball.
Welcome to this early season edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Before we analyze that first half, we get to check out the power rankings.
I look here at New Orleans. They're sitting on the top of their division. Can't ask for more than that as a fan. And it feels like they're getting better as the season goes on.
The way they've been playing, I expect big things from these guys.
And circling back to the first half, things have not gone as planned for the New Orleans Pelicans.
I'm impressed they're still in this. They've done some good things tonight, but the three-point shooting is not one of them.
And that could bode well for them in the second half.
That does it for halftime. Let's get back to game action. Here's Brian Anderson with the start of the third quarter.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, this second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams trying to gain an edge. You know, LeBron James has been exceptional here, guys. And here's New Orleans now. It's a 13-point game. They've got C.J. McCollum, and it's Reeves in at the 3 spot. So that's the group out there for New Orleans. Sinks the tray.
And they came in here with some attitude, and it brought out their best play.
Yeah, looks like a veteran team tonight, getting out on the road, playing with assertiveness, confidence, fully in control for this win.
And he gets that one. 17 seconds left in the fourth. And Los Angeles, another 3. 11 seconds left in the fourth quarter. So it's the Clippers winning this one easily. To walk into enemy territory and deliver a performance like that, Allie, thank you as always.
Oh, guys, this is exciting stuff. We don't want to talk about. I'm going to break it all down. We are going to take our time. And we got a lot of other stuff going on today. I mean, we've got like a film. Like a film. Doing a live portfolio ED show right now on our show. Lofty is going to be doing a solo MLB strategy show immediately after this. Lofty and Ben are doing a portfolio ED show at 1 o'clock on the Odd Shopper. The strategy show is here at 2 o'clock. Feldman and Ian are on MLB Live before lunch tonight at 5:30. I'm live with Eric tonight at 6:30 for NBA Live. And then I'm live solo style at 7:30 for an hour watching the game on playback. Back in fair game. You can't get it, no! So that's no great. That's what we got going on today. And now I think we need to do the most important thing we can do, which is legitimately break down this game. We're going to do it for a while. I got something fun planned in about a half hour. But right now, let's break it off. Atlanta Hawks, 5-point dogs in Orlando. From an injury perspective, we don't have anything here. Atlanta is at full strength for what we're used to. Orlando is at full strength for what we're used to. Obviously, no like kids and stuff, but no defense or anything. We're not waiting on anything. Just kind of have it. On the season, the Atlanta Hawks have a net adjusted rating of -0.3, and it is simply on something. They have climbed pretty steadily. They had, kind of bottomed out a little bit at the break, like -3.5. And that was stretch they got signed up for the Orlando, on the other hand, is going to have a very different shape to their. Orlando obviously looks a little bit better at different times. Peaking in December. Raiders before February when they were hitting all those injuries. And then ended up finishing a positive 7. And they were, finding a little obviously no touch is pretty problematic. pretty similar team. Right now, that's why you see the line favorite to Orlando. I think they got the better top team. I think that's why you see it where you see it right now. Now, as a reminder, pretty much anybody that we think is playing today is viable. Because we don't have teams worth of players. So, that will affect it. Out of that line, Terrence Levert is the highest ranked guy out of the Bucks. They started to get the top here. 100 for the football. Got it for basically 40 minutes. You can see 18 minutes here. And they're both really
It's the NBA on 2K Sports. Glad you're here with us tonight for this Monday night presentation. Joined by Richard, with this season just underway, how long do you think it takes for a player to mesh with his new team?
It really depends on if you have a previous relationship or not. You may go...
Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. Leonard kicks to Zubats. Pippen against Powell. Pass to Leonard. Shot clock at 6. Over Jackson. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Leonard's got 6 points. 1:41 left here in the first quarter. David Aldridge had a chance to catch up with head coach Tyronn Lue. Dave, what do you have to say?
Of course, John Morant's named first and foremost, so I asked him about the strategy. He said try to plug every defensive hole we see. I know if we give Morant any space, he'll try and slice right through us, so we can't have any cracks in the armor. A tall order for the defense.
Yo, and this always
and so it's the Memphis Grizzlies with an 18-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. They've got their field goal percentage to thank for that. They've been hot from all over the floor tonight. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much with Ty Lue. Coach, do you think your turnovers and struggles at the offensive end fuel their scoring?
Always. We turn the basketball over. It's hard for us to get back, get our defense set. So we got to do a better job taking care of the basketball and have a good shot selection.
We'll see what you can do to make that better as the game goes, Coach. Thanks. Back to you.
Thank you, David. And we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
See how they did going up against pick and roll ball.
Hello and welcome, everybody. It was a big first half for John Morant, and we've come to expect this.
He's been hunting for a shot pretty much all first half, and why not? The results speak for themselves.
From the naked eye, he just looks like... All right, now, still early on, but let's check out the Western Conference standings.
You know, for the Grizzlies,
that is more than enough of a...
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Guys, John Morant has been sensational. So no problem for Memphis as they get the win. A resounding victory for them. And Greg, an enemy. Thank you, David. And that'll do it, folks.
I'm a thanks to pretty better. In my apartment, yes, but not anymore.
They foul. They do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They are the sixth worst team. God, I can't even talk. In free throw frequency to the pick and roll ball handler. I was on offense. When I switched from ISO to pick and roll ball handler, switched from defense to offense. Let me say that all again. All right. No, I was right. We're good. No, they don't foul a lot. They were 8th best. Okay, very different. Orlando does not foul the pick and roll ball handler. Good to know. So yeah, I'd say this is like an average at best spot for Trae Young's play style. Which means that on a day like today, if you're playing this full lineup, you're probably chilling in around his ownership rate. We're going to work through the starters. We're going to hit on all of this. Dyson Daniels. Let's think about Orlando from a turnovers perspective. How often do they cough up the ball? On the year, Orlando 20th in turnover percentage. The Suggs turn the ball over a lot. Because if he doesn't, that's going to be even worse. He does. 21st percentile. He does cough the ball up a little bit. But a bit of a good spot for Dyson Daniels. You know, Orlando doesn't exactly hold on to the ball perfectly. And then a combo 7,500 center only, 30% off. That's the same for Daniels and Trae Young. 30% optimal for the three best dudes in Young, Daniels, and a combo. 30% owned as well. They're in 10, 11, 13. So from the starters, the guys that are going to play like massive minutes, they all look basically the same. You know, a combo, you kind of know what you're going to get out of it. You're going to get elite rebounding, blocks and steals. Hopefully those rebounds are offensive rebounds, not defensive rebounds. Now the problem here, Orlando 13th in offensive rebounding and 4th in defensive rebounding. Not exactly the best spot for a combo on the board. So if that scares you at all, you know, if we're trying to just glean every little bit we can, every little angle, just to talk it through. It isn't the best rebounding matchup.
Why not?
Now, maybe from a defensive rebounding standpoint, it's a little better. You know, that's where Orlando, maybe your offensive rebounding is terrible. So we should expect.
Up next, the Clippers taking on the 76ers. Hi, and thanks for joining us on 2K Sports NBA action. It's coming up. Hi, everyone. Here with analyst Grant. A battle of the big men. Grab some popcorn for this face-off at the center position tonight, Grant.
Oh, no question, BA. I mean, these bigs bring the size and skill. Who has more tools in their toolkit?
33% off, 33% owned, range 4% high stuff.
So it's Philadelphia now. They trail by 3. Maxey with a screen on Powell. Wing shot on the way. Prime shot is off.
Boy, he's got to be kicking himself for failing to make that shot. That's money.
Leonard outside. On the wing, Jones. 2 in the cold spell. That one's good from Powell. On the assist from Jones. And the Clippers lead by 5. There's 1:59 left to play in the first. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
I was able to catch up with Nick Nurse. I talked with him about how he'll approach dealing with Kawhi Leonard on the floor, and Coach told me there's no one way to go about slowing Kawhi. He does too many things. He continued, we'll vary our looks on him and try not to let him get in any offensive rhythm. Good idea, as we all know how deadly Kawhi is once he gets going. Brian?
Great work, Allie. Thanks. Yep, that one goes.
Hey, they're just getting pushed around inside.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Fires for three. No good. That's his third miss out of 5 attempts. Los Angeles leading by 4. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
This is why you put the ball in his hands. An accurate pass hitting a moving target.
1:05 left now in the first quarter. Here's Grimes. Still no points. Maxey with it. And the layup is good off the glass.
I tell you what, guys, there's not much more he can do. I mean, he's been on fire, yet they still trail in this game.
There's 38 seconds left in the first. Off target with the open look.
No defender in sight. He tries to take initiative, but ultimately comes away empty-handed.
Pass to Grimes. Puts up a three. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. And guys, this is the first they're seeing of the 76ers this year.
Last year, they made easy work of this club, sweeping the 2-game season series.
They may have wished for more games against them. A definite disparity in talent. We'll see if they take advantage again tonight.
For three, Maxey. The shot, no good. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers leading by 6 as we wrap up the quarter. Their key to consistency has been their dominance in the paint. They've been the more physical team. And more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way right after this.
A completely different player for like the last.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Clippers guys. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers earning this break in the action, up 10. Great team defense on Paul George. They're limiting what PG is doing out there. Well, now a minute to check in with Allie LaForce. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
I'm alongside Coach Nick Nurse, and I know you're not too happy with the execution at the defensive end. What needs to be cleaned up?
Yeah, we're making some mistakes on some of the switches. We're making some mistakes on some of the weak side. And then when we did get them to miss a couple, they tipped them right back in. So lots to clean up there.
Okay, it'll be a tough halftime speech from Coach.
Thanks very much, Allie. And folks, we'll be right back to start the second half of this game.
From a leadership perspective, I do find somebody like George Niang interesting. Gary Bailey says Niang. Like, if the shot's falling, if they need more offense, and they're going stretch, and they can get somebody out there bombing away, $3,200 is more interesting to me than, like...
Hey, the Western Conference winner, Luka Doncic.
No stranger getting recognized. Doncic stuffed the stat sheet pretty much every night.
And guys, time now to talk about Kawhi Leonard. How incredible did he look in that first half?
At times it's...
And that'll do it for us.
And we played through the first half. Plenty of basketball left in this one. What else can you say? Joel Embiid, an impressive effort here today. So it's the Clippers taking the W in a close one. Things looked a little uneven for them. All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thanks for that. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Allie LaForce, Clark Kellogg, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson saying thank you for watching the NBA, brought to you by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.
It's the one that's most interesting to me of the ownership. Because on a day like today, to get somebody like that who legitimately can get a couple extra minutes in a spot like this, remember, Orlando means big. You know, maybe they try to size up a little bit more and go to a bigger set with the Just to go through my exposures and my sims, the guy that I got the most was Karis LeVert at 54%. Next up was a Kongu at 38. Then Trey and Dyson Daniels both at 30. And then 15% of Mo Gang, less than half the field. 4% of Reset Day, which is like 10% of the field. 4% of Man, 3% of Niang, 0 shares of mid-trade teams. I'd like to get to more Niang at that point. Michael Wallace, glad you're here. That's what we got here for Atlanta right now. For reference sake, they are the second most owned team. Golden State is at the top. Atlanta second. Orlando third. Memphis fourth. But everybody is pretty owned. Hit that like button if you haven't done it yet. As I mentioned at the top of the show, we got a lot going on. We got sims for everything. You can get them for free or nothing. Link in the description. Sign up to any one of our partners at a sports book or a pick'em site. You get a month of whichever sport package you want of sims. You want the NBA sims for the next month? April 15th to May 15th. Cover this first set of the playoffs. You can get them for free. Never sign up at one of those sports books or pick'em sites? It's going to cost you nothing. Ownership, boom bust, all the data that I'm talking about on the show. All of our full simulation package on the back. Hey! Let's go through Orlando. Unsurprisingly, the largest amount of ownership is coming into Franz Wagner and Paolo Banchero.
That's why I need to stop playing.
Paolo Banchero currently ranks second in our boom bust pool on DraftKings. Franz ranks fourth. Wendell Carter Jr. and KCP are 7th and 8th. That's 4 guys in the top 10. Let's talk about the main guy here. Paolo Banchero. Guy in for about 40 minutes, 9,500 power forward only, your most expensive guy. 47% optimal, 49% owned, 52% of my stuff. That's the most of anybody here. He looks great. He looks like the best pay-up option. You know, the usage is north of 30%. The minutes are absolutely there. Atlanta doesn't really have a great matchup for him. You know, Jalen Johnson is not walking through that door. They could really use him to walk through that door. So, we're in a bit of a tricky spot here. I think this matchup is awesome for Paolo Banchero. And I think a lot of that has to do with the reason why I have 50% of them in my lineup. Atlanta was the 6th worst team in defending pick-and-roll ball handlers this year. I think that's probably a good thing for Paolo Banchero. If we check Paolo Banchero's play-type data as a pick-and-roll ball handler, he ran 6 pick-and-rolls per game, 0.89 points per possession. Franz is a little bit better points per possession, but they run basically the same amount of pick-and-rolls as the ball. Just out of curiosity, how often do they do it as the roll man?
I want to eat waffles.
Franz not really the roll man ever. Paolo 0.97 points per possession as the roll man. That's basically dead neutral. Atlanta against the roll man. Actually, really good against Roman. Not surprising, and yet goes off blue, I guess. Okay. Don't like it there for Paolo. What about the isolation stats for Paolo? Because I think that's what we're going to be looking at a little bit more. So Paolo gets the ball in isolation. Okay, he averaged 5 isolation possessions per game this year. 0.97 points per possession in isolation. That's about 70th percentile. Franz Wagner, on the other hand, 3 isolation possessions per game. 0.7 points per possession, 18th percentile. So, let's take a look at how
That's me.
Atlanta does defensively.
Why he want to sit on
Hello,
me
basketball
for?
fans. You've got it on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you an exciting NBA basketball game with Hall of Famer Doris Burke and Greg
No.
Anthony.
I want to bite
This
you.
is Kevin Harlan. On the sidelines, we have David Aldridge reporting. A moment here now to see the numbers for Kawhi Leonard.
And the biggest takeaway when you look at his numbers is how good his three-point shooting has been the past 5 games. He's finding the open spots on the perimeter, and when he's getting good looks, boy, he is not missing.
Now Golden State's starting 5. In the backcourt, we'll see Curry and Podziemski. Jonathan Kuminga out there with Trace Jackson Davis. And we've got our 2K insider, Shams Charania, on the line. Shams, what's the story?
Well, guys, teams are all grappling with this new CBA, especially the dreaded second apron. Fans possibly unclear on what it means. Honestly, even front offices are still navigating the complexities of the new restrictions. But basically, it has become harder for teams to spend big and acquire new players under the current systems. We'll see, guys, how this impacts everyone moving forward.
Something to keep an eye on, no doubt. All right, Shams, thanks a lot. So with Curry sitting on the bench, here's the group that Steve Kerr has on the floor. We've got Tim Hardaway Jr., also Cameron Payne out there. And it's Post in at the center.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Outside Hardaway. Quarter number 2. We're about a minute in. Back to Payne. Hardaway is screen on Miller. 5 to shoot. Beyond the arc. It's hauled in by Zubac.
I'll tell you, it feels all night like this guy's been forcing shots, rushing shots. He's really struggling on the offensive end.
And that one drops for him.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. There's Kuminga. And nothing is falling for him right now. Clippers leading by 7. Here's Flowers. That's in, coming off an assist from Miller. Miller's got 3 assists in the game.
That's now 7 out of their last 10 coming off the assist. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And so Steve Kerr calls for the timeout. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy.
Why you call me?
36%.
That's fucking crazy. Say it so.
Right now. I'm hoping that doesn't move. He's doing a really nice spot to get different.
Alright, I'm not your phone.
What do you guys think there?
You got Keenan?
You guys with me on Wendell Carter Jr.?
Yeah, what do you
I
get?
just think like he's... The moves here are really appealing. Like, nothing they've done recently has made me think they want to play John Isaac more, like too much more. They certainly don't seem like they really want to play Kobe Bakase more. So, in terms of pivots right now, I'm very, very, very interested interested in Wendell Carter Jr. He's 18%. Just out of curiosity, Wendell Carter Jr.'s ERA today. Is 22. We got to project it for 30 fantasy points. That makes perfect sense. 5.6x value. Looking good at center. And then KCP. Do I like this? Hell no. Because he's KCP. He's 3,800. He's shooting guard only. The whole starting lineup is only their position. Nobody has an MVP. He's shooting guard only 3,800. Even as a shitty per minute guy, he's a good value today. But only 18% owned. Now, this PRA is like 14, basically. Got like 22 fantasy points. Maybe he's a hair over-projected. 34% off, well, 18% owned. I'm expecting 36 minutes out of KCP in a game like this, and if that's the case, he's great value. Kyle asked, Wendell Carter Jr. solid. Isn't he going to have a similar boost later in the night, though? I am very nervous about that. He has the ability to get played clean off the floor here. This is a really bad matchup against Golden State. Steph Curry is going to do everything in his power to put him in anything to get him out of the floor. And if that's the case, if they're keeping Edie in a drop, Steph Curry's going to shoot a billion threes. And I wouldn't be surprised to see a big fucking field day. He's out there. But we'll talk about that later. For now, I want to talk KCP, Wendell Carter Jr., two of my biggest fans on the day, over the field. Love Paolo, love Franz. Corey Joseph's out there. I assume he's playing low 20 minutes, so he's fine. Nobody doesn't really take him, but the guy you get to. Anthony Black, however, 24% owned. We only got an 8% off. Looking good at all. Wildly overwhelmed with these this year. Not entirely sure I see this one. John Isaac, same scenario. 15% owned. We have 20% off. To me, a little over-owned. However, if you're ever going to play John Isaac more minutes, now is the time they're going to do that. Although with no Mo Wagner here, I don't love it as much. I like that 4-5 combo.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Dunn's checked in. While there's a break in the... And so it's Los Angeles, enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. Their defense has been active and effective. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Coach Duran. Lou, Coach, what is the focus going to be in the second half?
Just play the right way. Move the ball, share the ball, get stops, and get out and run the transition.
Always leads to good results. Thanks, Duran. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
It's the biggest deal in breakfast. Dunkin', $6 meal deal.
Welcome, everybody. A fun-filled evening underway, and before we talk about the first half of this game, let's see those power rankings.
Well, I think for the Clippers, not a lot of movement for them since the last rankings. But we all know they'll be a factor unless something really goes wrong for them.
There is a lot of talent on that roster, but also untapped potential, it seems. Changing focus now to the tough first half for Golden State.
I get trying to play fast and loose, but if you're too loose with the shot selection, you'll end up wasting possessions.
Yeah, and if you're going to keep taking threes, might as well move to Jacksonville.
That'll do it for our show tonight. Thanks for joining us, and we'll send you back to Kevin Harlan for more hoops action.
I need you guys to hit that like button. Guys, if you're listening right now and you're not watching the show, you might want to watch for a second right after you watch. We talk a lot about
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. It's been a clinic out there by James.
He had a fast pass to the lane that first half. Got inside on demand.
Now, this guy is such a good finisher on the move, and so far the defense has not been able to counter it.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. So the Clippers winning this one easily. Some good moments throughout this one, but they had the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they executed on both ends of the floor, completely under control for the vast majority of the game. And whenever there was a misstep, they just didn't allow it to fester, and that's why they're going to walk away with the win.
And we've got David Aldridge standing by on our sideline with the player of the game. David, it's all yours.
Thank you, Kevin. LeBron, it was a struggle tonight offensively, but what positives do you take from this win?
Well, every game is a learning experience for us, and I think today was another one of those, being able to win an ugly game when you don't play well offensively. You know, to be able to pull out a win like that in ugly fashion, that's a big step for us.
Hey, man, thanks for your time. I appreciate it. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long.
Just how big of a deal you guys are going to get. So you have a couple different options here. You can get $1 for a week. You can get 25% off for a week, 25% off for a month. You can get 50% off a week, 50% off a month. You can get 14 days free, or the big one, not on there as much, 21 days free. We don't ever do that, but it is on here. And then, there's a couple of ways. You guys could get the ha-ha-ha, you get nothing. So for the Portfolio EV tool and on shopper, for the promo code GRENADE, we're about to spin the wheel. I'm going to ask you guys one quick question. Do you want me to take the first spin, or do you want me to spin it once and then take the second spin? Just one or two in chat while you're here quick. Do you want me to take the first spin, or do we want to take a practice spin and then take the second? All right. Two spins, first spin. 2, 2, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1. Man, that's balanced. I should have ran a poll. All right, I'm running a poll because that's balanced. All right, poll is run. Vote in the poll. I'm gonna spin this in 2 minutes. It's 10:38:40. I'm gonna give it 1 minute of voting. 10:39:40. I'm ending the poll, and that's what answer we're taking. To determine the amount of discount we're going to have on the Portfolio EV tool for this show. Find the poll, click the voting options. Right now, if you are voting for 2, you are behind, people. 56% of the votes coming into number 1 thus far. Of course, the code is invalid. There is no discount yet.
Yo.
You are not voting.
Yeah.
40 to 1. We have 20 seconds left to go. If you're trying to vote for 2.
Took an elite nap after that food.
Yeah, I took a nap too, man.
Needed that, bro. What the hell?
Yeah.
Feeling like a whole new nigga right now.
What's up?
Well, going on?
Ain't shit. I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna get involved with these playing games tonight.
Oh, yeah, this game's on site.
Yeah, you know, all that.
Niggas giving Niggas take one night off. I done forgot all about this shit.
Yeah, all that bullshit, and niggas gotta play hard tonight.
Yeah, word. Word. Word.
Yeah, so I'm over here now trying to put some shit together.
Right.
A quick something, man. Try to put a little quick something in, man. I ain't even trying to go crazy. Just win something. Just a bet for the next day. Play in.
That's it.
Win some play in, and then when the playoffs start, then go crazy for it. Let's try to win what I put off the play in on time.
Well, shit. Get yourself in the same way. It's like the playing on the FanDuel, nigga.
Yeah, exactly.
Get yourself in the game with a couple dollars. You know what I mean? Try to hang out as long as we can. Really?
Fizzy though, because we know niggas going hard tonight.
Yeah, niggas gotta, so they gotta be the real. So they gotta be the real.
And this is like the whole world is watching these games. Like there's no other games on. Ain't even no college basketball on. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, bro, everybody's paying attention.
Can't just tell your cousin, take me for under 20 tonight.
Yeah, sorry. You might lose your job.
Nah, no back. No back.
Might lose your job. I ain't going front. Nah, hold on. Let me call you right back. Oh. What you saying? 7? Lucky number 7. 6. You said 7? Huh? I'm annoying. I love you too. You took the remote, Naomi? Or did I bring it in here? Oh my God, relax, boy. It's finished?
Yeah, that's
Time. One is about to take it down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 54%. One spin. That's all we get. What will be our discount? Here we go.
Yo, he's really going crazy, like.
50% off.
Slipped? I don't know. Naomi was just in there. Who knows what she did?
Promo code Grenade. Again, 50% off 1 week. The portfolio you need promo code Grenade. Give 1 second and it'll tell bang, and then it'll go live.
You hear that, boy? Yeah.
Not bad. Not bad. Ooh, Hattori Hanzo. That's a great idea. I will not take this no matter what it is, but for the people that voted 1, this is what you would have gotten if you voted 2. I hope it's 21 days free. No, fuck it. Congratulations. Nothing in life matters. Same shit no matter what. 50% off 1 week. Okay, there's one thing I want to say about this. The link is in the description of this video right now, but I want to explain something to you guys. Again, the promo code is Grenade. 50% off 1 week. If you've never signed up for the Portfolio EV tool before, you get 1 week free and a week at 50% off. If you've already used Portfolio EV, you just get a week for 50% off. So remember this. If you haven't used it yet, you're getting a free week and then 50% off for a week. So you have it for 2 weeks, you pay 50% of 1 week as the cost. Just want to make sure that you guys understand what we're talking about here. The promo code is live. I'm adding it to the description of the video right now. Alrighty, guys. Link is in the description of this video. It's also going to get dropped into chat in about 5 seconds, and then we're going to finish this up. News guys, not just new subscribers. If you've signed up before, you get 50% off for a week. If you haven't signed up before, you get a free week and 50% off for a week. That's a hell of a deal. Alright, link is in chat. Came from me. And then there's also a link in the description for people that are listening to this on the podcast feed or watching this one later on YouTube and not watching live. Alright, that was fun. Now, again, promo code Grenade. Shout out Ja Morant and the Memphis Grizzlies, 7-point underdogs at Golden State, 229 total. We do have Memphis injury news, but it's not huge. Jalen Wells is obviously out thanks to KJ Simpson. Brandon Clark is still out. We got one guy from Memphis in the top 10. That was Jaren Jackson at 9. On the FanDuel side, nobody's in the top 10, but they're crushing 11 through 20. Triple J, 7,300, power forward center eligible, 33% optimal, 30% owned. Clearly looks good. Obviously going to get, pretty sizable minutes or as much as he can. Soaks up a ton of usage. Just a really, really good basketball player. He looks great. He's in 30% of my lineups, just spot on with the field. I don't have much of a take on Triple J. He just kind of looks as good as he does. So I don't really have, too much to add there. That's a shame. So the only concern I have here for Triple J is on the season, Golden State is average in free throw rate. Obviously, that has gone up since Jimmy Butler has come to Golden State. Bit of a free throw merchant. I don't say that negatively. It just is what it is. So, his minutes are going to be highly dependent on foul trouble. But if he's out there, he's a 1.1 fantasy points per minute guy. Then we get to the rest of Memphis. Scottie Pippen Jr. ranks 14, John Morant 15, Desmond Bain 17, Vince Williams 19, Zach Edey 20. That's 5 guys highlighted in blue here, ranked 11 through 20. Now, there are some, like Scottie Pippen Jr., 4,700 point guard only. Because of no Jalen Wells now, I think he's going to play a couple extra minutes. He's a guy I'm a little bit over the field on. I think he's going to be tasked with chasing Steph Curry around a lot. So I like the minutes for Scottie Pippen. Because of no Wells, they feel pretty safe. I don't know how much Vince Williams can play, but I think Scottie Pippen's going to be chasing Steph quite a bit. If that's the case, 27 minutes of Scottie Pippen's going to make him look good. To me, the best option on Memphis for value. Zach Edey, I'm terrified about. This can go many different directions. When he's on and Golden State's playing small, he might just own the boards in a way that can't be stopped. The size might be too much to overcome. Yeah. He's getting put in pick and rolls, and he's getting put in situations, now, because Golden State doesn't run a ton of pick and roll, but if they're getting Edey and he can't get out on the floor and they're just keeping him in a drop, you got to start worrying about shooting, and if that's the case, I think you're going to, at that point, if Golden State is running Draymond at the 5 for 36 minutes, then Triple J is going to go to the 5, and you're going to get a lot more of somebody like Santi Aldama. So I think Santi Aldama and Zach Edey are really anti-correlated today. When Zach Edey's not out there, I think you're getting Triple J and Aldama a lot. When Zach Edey is out there, if it's working, I think that comes at the expense at least a little bit of Santi Aldama. Yeah, John, they're going to do it in situations like this when they can pick their spots, but, it's not their natural DNA. They're just going to get it through with a lot more motion. I know you know, I understand you know this, but just to hash it out more for everybody else. So Edey makes me nervous. Massive upside, massive downside. Aldama, only 13% owned. I didn't get a lot yet, but he's a guy that I think has a lot more upside than what his ownership showing. And then I think Bain is just fine. 25% optimal, 25% owned. Vince Williams is interesting because you get that guard forward eligibility. He's 3,500. But, we saw him play 24 minutes in their last game out. With no Wells now, and with this game being massive, can Vince Williams play 30? Do they get him out there for defensive reasons? Can he soak that up and knock down enough shots? I think his playing time is highly varied. We just don't know how much he could be out there. Bernard, I don't think is super interesting here, but certainly a worthwhile flyer at the shot quality. And it's essentially the same story on FanDuel. You see all that blue? I mean, that's 6 guys from 11 through 20 for Memphis. As far as I can, it's basically the exact same analysis. Zach Edey's 6,800 on FanDuel and 5,700 on DraftKings. Very different price point here. If we want to talk odd shopper bets, Scottie Pippen Jr., under 17.5 PRA, has a 4.8% EV on no big. Bane, under 4.5 assists, plus 110, 3% EV on no big. And that's it for Memphis now. Still have a couple of those Orlando options. The Atlanta plays have actually gone away. Give me 1 second. Got it. Sorry. Responding to DMs on the back end about the grenade promo, which will get you 50% off 1 week of the Portfolio EV tool at oddshopper.com. Link in the description. So yeah, that's where I'm at on Memphis. I don't have too much else to add. They're kind of easy to talk about, I think. I think a lot of these guys look pretty similar. I mean, I guess I should touch on the fact that I'm extra light on Ja. I didn't say that, and I probably should. He's 27% owned. We got him 23% optimal. He should be a 25% owned guy, but he appears to be the guy that's falling through the cracks for me the most. And it's not really even coming at the expense of anybody at the top, because I'm also not getting to Steph, and I'm sure you would expect to be getting to Steph. But I'm actually not. Now, I know Ja wants to be running a lot more pick and roll. Ja Morant ran 6.9 pick and rolls per game this season. 0.83 points per possession, 44th percentile. If we take a look at Oklahoma City, why would I even say that? Oh, because they're the top name on the list, and I must have glanced at it. If we take a look at Golden State defending against the pick and roll ball handler, we see a Warriors team that was 6th in defending the pick and roll. At the very least, you would say they're probably neutral to it post-Butler trade. So, for me, I think this is a pretty bad spot for Ja Morant. The thing that he wants to do the most is something Golden State shuts down almost better than anybody. So, while I don't have a ton of Ja Morant exposure, I don't really mind. I don't love the spot for him. I think this is a tough one against Golden State. I don't think the matchup fits Ja all that well. Out of curiosity, where does Golden State rank in transition? Because they are old. You would expect Ja to be at least active in transition in a game like this. Yeah, 6.5 possessions in transition, 1.05 points per possession. He's actually been not very good in transition. Golden State's defense, actually pretty good in transition this year. Okay. Yeah, I mean, they're 5th in points per possession on defense. Yeah, but look, fade Ja. I'm saying it right now. Fade Ja. That's my take. That's my take for today. Ja Morant, not the guy. Matchup doesn't fit. Not the direction you want to go from Memphis. It's not the guy you want. Not the guy you want. Triple J, Santi Aldama, Pippen, maybe. So I don't want Ja. Let's close it out. Golden State. Reminder, Dave Lockridge, a.k.a. Loppy, solo MLB strategy show coming up next. Immediately after this. Let's break down the Golden State Warriors. You've got your number one play of the day on DraftKings right here in Draymond Green, 6,300, power forward, center eligible, 50% optimal, 50% owned. You've got Brandon Pajemski, 6K, point guard shooting guard eligible, 6K, 45% optimal, 45% on ranks third. Jimmy Butler, 8K, small forward, power forward eligible, 45% optimal, 45% on ranks fourth. 3 of the top 4 plays of the day for Golden State. They look great. You know, we saw these guys get increased minutes last time out. You saw Butler play massive minutes trying to win that game. They're going to do the same thing here today. They want to win this game. They're old. Steph wants the rest. Butler wants the rest. Draymond wants the rest. They want to take a break. They don't want to have to play a second game. So these are going to be big minutes. And that's why we're seeing the ownership and the rankings look like this on those 3 guys. I have 75% of Draymond. He's the number 1 guy. I have 70% of Pajemski. I just want a ton. But before we continue, we got to talk about the elephant in the room. And that elephant is the cum bucket. So, Steve Kerr pulled the plug on Jonathan Kuminga in Game 82. Playing for their seeding, trying to get out of the play-in, doing everything they can to win. Jonathan Kuminga never saw the floor. Gotta be honest. While I assume that is going to continue, you never know if they're going to break him back out again and he plays 20 minutes and it's all matchup dependent. You gotta figure that was like not.
Get more of the good stuff with lactose, calcium, and rich milk.
What about tucked in or?
In for the wedding photos, out for the dance floor. Yeah.
Whether you're just getting started or you're already on the run, watch Good Day New York. Stay updated on the biggest stories. Weekday mornings starting at 7 on Fox 5.
Looking for an easy way to get that LLC next to your business name? Go to Taylor Brand. Go to their site, enter the LLC state, choose your business name, answer a few questions, and that's it. Now your business has tax flexibility, personal asset protection, plus it's approved by the state. It took you what, 3 minutes? Taylor Brand handles everything from forming an LLC, your EIN, really well received on Sunday. So if you have too many questions, I don't have.
I'm trying to put one of them shits in. I seen a nigga put in mad doubles for like $2. See, he did it on that day though. It was mad games, bro. I gotta probably wait to do that. I ain't gonna front. That day it was mad games. Nigga put mad of these niggas for doubles, bro. Some nigga, I don't even know the nigga. It's some nigga that was betting. Mad different niggas for doubles, and he put like $2 and a couple cents on that shit, bro. That shit cashed out at 150K. I'm like, what the fuck? No way, bro. That bus. 150 just like that is crazy.
Good bit of hate, a little bit of Buddy Hield. I like Buddy Hield here.
That's exactly right.
Gotta say, Buddy Hield looks.
Put one of those in and then miss it by 1 game? It's like.
Yeah. I want to cry. Out of everybody, I think the Paulo nigga gonna go off tonight, though. I'm looking at these games. No cap, cuz it's a crunch time game and they playing Atlanta, bro. He got the best opportunity to kill niggas. Even that Warriors and Memphis game, that shit gonna be mad competitive. So ain't no telling who. Feel me? Orlando and that Hawk shit is like Paulo. That's Paulo chance right there. Like none of them niggas can't fuck with you, bro. I ain't gonna hold you.
And he can really set the tone right now. Like, what he in the third year?
Yeah.
That's where you set the tone at. That's where you make your name down. Now you in the talks with these people.
And them niggas was injured the whole season, so. Tell you, all the niggas really missing is Trey Young on that team. Or LaMelo. They gotta find a way to get one of them niggas in, and that team will be for real. They got mad defense, bro. They don't got no creator, though. They don't got no, yeah, bro. They don't got no creator. They need a point guard that can get niggas open. Read the quarter. And plus, they not really like good shooters over there, so they definitely need a nigga like Trey Young or LaMelo that comes start shooting threes and doing certain passes and shit. I'm trying to see though. Trying to put it together. Put it together. This nigga Jimmy Butler, man. He gonna play hard though.
No telling if he gonna get 45.
No funny shit, bro. That's the one thing.
Because he really could score 45.
Yeah, that's the. No funny shit.
He just show up. He just like he just like the moment he just show up.
Mm-hmm.
That was Trey Young, KCP, Karis LeVert, Triple J, Wendell Carter Jr., Gary Payton, Franz Wagner, and Yeko Kongwu. 76%.
Franz Wagner could go off too tonight too though. The Franz Wagner nigga.
Yeah,
Cause Atlanta really ain't got no defense.
I like that nigga.
Yeah, Sunday balling. Fuck with that nigga. When Paulo was he was holding shit down.
Jimmy Butler get in there. And Yeko Kongwu get in there?
Yeah, funny shit. He was holding shit down when Paulo was out.
Wendell Carter Jr. get in there.
Looking at some of these props, man. I'm looking at who should have what. Trying to figure this shit out. So I'm trying to cheat the game right now. Trying to cheat the game, man.
Scottie Pippen out, Karis LeVert out. Small forward's gonna have to be one of Paolo's runs. Exact same ownership.
Yep. Funny, son.
We're gonna need value at either point guard or
Please, it's the real thing, man. Please.
What does that mean at point guard? Perfect. Let's see it.
I ain't gonna beg with sticking in the minute. It's over. Only one. I need a 10K.
I need stuff to hit 4 threes tonight, man. I'm trying to see, like, who should I ain't gonna front. Steph and Paolo, man. Might be. Steph is tricky, too, but I'm trying to think, like, who could really go off? Who's gonna take a million shots, Steph? Even Trey Young, though, I ain't gonna front. He's gonna take mad shots tonight. He's definitely taking a lot of shots tonight.
3,400 where I can spend up more. If I get KCP out of there, can I make shooting guard better? I can't get Dyson.
That's what I'm trying to figure out, though.
KCP stays.
Draymond. 4 assists, he put you for that. Steph. I could take Steph for a assist. I'm trying to put some easy walking shit. Like, not easy shit, just not even trying to get rich too much. It's gonna be interesting though, because it's gonna be. Are we gonna see if they're gonna be able to keep the nigga Zach Edey on the floor and Steph running around just doing what he do? That's why I'm fake scared to pick him, but that nigga gonna get them rebounds if the Warriors is little as shit. It's just scary though, cause just never know, man. Just never know with these niggas. Desmond Bain. You can hit 2 threes, right, fuck nigga? Yeah, I was trying to do like a double-double lineup, but I ain't gonna find it's not enough games. Gotta do that on the first day of the playoffs. Mad doubles and put them shits up for like $2. Cash out 150. Nyla, your mother calling you.
Okay. Listen, put the black robe on that hook. As you do it, come around. We'll sit on the back of the tub.
NJ in there screaming.
I'm so excited. In a minute. Oh, yeah. Y'all wait for me to fall off. Yeah. Not gonna happen. Come on, we're gonna go sit on the back. Yeah. I'm pumped up. Yeah. Okay. Woo. There you go. Come on. Welcome, world. Here's another episode of Cold as Balls, and I, of course, am your host, Kevin Hart.
Yo, what the fuck? This nigga Kevin. Wow. Saying even with the sun out. No difference, son. Hold on.
What?
The Golden State Warriors. Anytime somebody drives, Grizzlies, and in the second half, the rest of the time.
$6 never tasted so good. IHOP's breakfast-based combo is now just $6. Featuring IHOP's world-famous buttermilk pancakes, crispy hickory smoked bacon, and 2 eggs cooked to order your way. All for just $6. Part of the new $6 House Fans menu. Breathe.
Jermaine struggled for years with dental issues before finally finding new care. Listen to what he wanted most after his smile makeover. I'll reveal this.